Look, I know what you're saying. Shantae is just waifu bait, and let me tell you, no. You're wrong. It's also a pretty fun game. Shantae started in 2002 on the Game Boy Color, but it wasn't blah blah, nobody cares. I'm gonna talk about Shantae and the Seven Sirens, the latest one. Simply put, this Metroidvania is the polar opposite of Hollow Knight. Instead of having a dark, serious atmosphere with an intriguing hidden lore, here you have a tropical island and women in bikini. Even the difficulty is completely different, with Shantae actually being a pretty easy game. You get to enjoy Shantae for its simplicity though. The game isn't particularly challenging, like I said, but that's okay. It's still fun in its own way. Like any other Metroidvania, you have to explore an interconnected world with blocked areas that you unlock progressively by obtaining new abilities. In this game, you can transform yourself into different animals that you unlock to gain new powers. Here you can go in the sand by turning into a drill crab, and here you can swim underwater by turning into a frog. And now you're able to climb walls by turning into a dragon lizard thing. Pretty cool. You can also unlock dances that make waifus appear in full screen, like this one that produces an earthquake, or that one which heals you. These are given to you by your friends when you save them, but I have no fucking clue who these waifus are. What the fuck is this? Bugs Bunny? Well, who cares? They give you new abilities, it's the only thing that matters. The gameplay is really fluid and responsive compared to the previous game. For instance, if you wanted to transform into a creature, you had to hold the dance button, then wait for the animal you want to appear in the menu, then press the button, then wait for the small particles effect to play, and then you can play as the creature. Now, with just the tap of a button, you transform instantaneously. Great! The only downside is that we no longer have the tank transformation. Also, I really like how they handle movement in this game. Your character has little to no acceleration, which means that you stop moving instantly when you release the button. This is actually a common thing in indie games. The Messenger and Celeste also have a similar feel when you move the character around, unlike say, Mario for example, where he takes a few frames to both start or stop moving. Now for the story. Basically, Shantae goes to an island for her vacation and meets a group of fellow genies. Unfortunately, they all get kidnapped, except Shantae of course, and she now has to rescue her friends. The classic save the princess plot, except now we have 4 princesses. Something interesting about the characters in this game is that most of them are women, and you guessed it, they're dressed in a really specific way. Not to mention the old creepy dude that allows you to save your game. I love your outfit, Mr. Save Guy, but stay away from me. Anyway, so the real question is, why should you play Shantae? I don't fucking know. But for real, I think it's a great game if you want to try the Metroidvania genre, but without going through the hassle of getting good at Hollow Knight or whatever. Or maybe you already played Metroidvanias, but you want to try something fresh. It's a fun little game with a relaxing ambience, quirky characters, and a simple story. The kind of laid-back game that makes you want to eat an ice cream and go to the beach when you play it. I give Shantae a solid B.